going to have. I feel like Ultra Prime are going to, again, like we said early on, I feel like the Varus and the Rel still accentuate these kind of makings of a pick composition. You want to be able to play at range, not have this flash, as this Talia can be very dangerous to walk up. You already see they're going to try and walk together.
Yeah, he's going to face check it. Crashdown does comes across. Vampire's losing HP rapidly. Both supports, who's going to fall first? It's going to be a trade. But on the top side, it looks like Cube gets the win with the help of
their 80 carries position in this fight. What I want to see now from Ultra Prime is you're going to have level 6 on Vi. Can we set up on a bot lane dive? He just knew he's under so much pressure here in this mid lane. Saber.
Oh, here's the second flash. Monkey nearly finds the kill, but that's a huge seismic shove, and Saber's going to limp away. Definitely walking the tightrope that is known as a gray screen.
They're going to try and go for something on mid, waiting for Xiaoxia and the rest of Wako. Wako does have ultimate. They do have 2 of them available, getting them some movement speed. Junk cannot move.
Okay, he's going to flash for it onto Monkey. Does not have the Crescent Guard. Remember, just used it on the play to Saber. Another flash comes across, so they really want Wako to get this kill. And they committed a whole lot of summoners for it, but they might get a double up here, depending on how sneaky. Shouldn't really be contested at all. So, despite how much momentum 6 grubs or even just 1 might could have been for a Gwen Ryze solo lane comp, we're just going to split them.
Yeah, I think this is perfectly fine. They wanted
Finally, Ultra Prime teaming up with their Vi Talia combination, and they're going to pick off a Monkey who was played for Dragon, all on his lonesome.
Wow. Slight improper timing there. Roster dynamics exactly were, more successful here, as now we're seeing Ultra Prime losing access to the Herald, but you still have this Talia wall and potentially caging them in with a Rumble.
Vampire,
oh my god.
He's going to hit the dredge line, and the rest of the team is going to try to burn through Xiaoxia. He does get a crash down before falling. There's the cease and desist as they single out Monkey off to the side, but the Crescent Guard buying so much space for this Xin Zhao. Rift Herald in the middle of it all, down to about 3k. Junhao's going to take the Blast Cone over. I smell a 50-50 for good old Shelly here. They're going to try not to let Junhao in. He's going to vault over, steal the Herald away, and Monkey does not have the Crescent Guard to protect him this time round. Zhong is running wild with the Flame Spinner. Going to hit the fade away W as well. The solo lanes saving Ultra Prime, and it's Saber to hit the seismic shove to send it home. That's the UP. Really going to hurt Taeyun, and all the damage percentage truthers might see a stark drop-off, but maybe W will look to fight as close as possible. That seismic shove again from Saber just eliminates Vampire. Crashdown going to come across, but it's the cease and desist to lock Monkey in place, and the Crescent Guard will not save him when the rest of Ultra Prime are on top of him. The equalizer, piercing arrow to bring it home. Ultra Prime have awoken out of that slumber of an early game and exploded onto the Rift.
This is an amazing start to this game. A bit slow, right at 18 minutes. We only have just gotten a lot of action recently, but now they're going to be able to grab the Rift Herald. Now they grab the 3rd to Dragon as well, putting them on Soul Point. Ultra Prime came to play. They knew when their items were going to be able to spike, when their champions are going to be at a pretty good apex here. 10-4 is now the lead, but they only have 1,000 gold in their pocket. Some of this, we get to see exactly what happened here. Oh, it was only him by himself.
Exacerbated. But Ultra Prime are looking for 1 deadly flank here. Vampire does not know what's awaiting him over that wall. It's going to be Xiaoxia that uses his Hex Flash to get over, but Ultra Prime are a little bit wary of committing towards such a big flank until Junhao steps up.
Okay, how fast can they make this play? Cube still has to teleport for this.
Weaver's Wall, not going to cut really anybody off for WE. The equalizer needs to be huge, but Taeyun does get out of it. Vampire goes in with the dredge line, but it's on to Junhao. And once again, Vampire a little far up on his lonesome. Dies before Cube can even teleport in for the flank, but doesn't even really want the flank because he's getting a cease and desist over the top of his face. The exhaust doing a ton for Zhang to not get the damage out he needs, and Cube is able to trade out Junhao for now. Monkey's Crescent Guard buys him enough space, and now we have a very, very big 4v4, but Ultra Prime not holding on to the jungler, but maybe they don't need it with Saber finding the seismic shove of destiny. Now Karis has to flash out. Saber still firing stone after stone, but he just won his squad a narrow fight win right in front of Octagon.
I think that Ultra Prime were very lucky to come out of that with at least a small advantage there, because Team WE, they've leashed it now.
Yeah, free leash. The Monkey, are you really just going to give this Octagon here? He's going to look for the fight into Xiaoxia, but Xiaoxia's going to flash, get a huge crash down. He's locking up both of the carries on his own, so the Ultra Prime can step up as a squad. Cease and desist down onto Karis. Junhao, don't know if you win this 1v1, buddy. Vampire's going to swing over next. Saber's getting a ton of damage done by the
This
Otacon.
Otacon is winning.
Otacon is MVP right now in this fight. Round more from Karis. Used to get back towards his team. Otacon is still yet to reset at nearly under 3k damage, but it's Ultra Prime. They can't stay for it anymore. They've taken too much damage. The reset bails them out from releashing Otacon over to WE. This is getting wacky, Hulk. I don't know who's going to end up with this one. 50-50s.
Oh,
Who
Wako,
knows?
Wako!
From Karis into Wako. The barrier saves
got
him,
it!
and the Voracious Octagon is secured by Junhao. Boy, was that anything but clean. Still a win for Ultra Prime after it all.
At that point, look, we're playing in the last chance qualifier. These are the third place teams from all of our groups, and they are just getting right to be between these 8 players, as Karis is again the only one. He escapes, but why are we still contesting? Why are we still here? We've now spent like 5+ minutes in the Otacon top brush for so long.
I see a Weaver's Wall.
Oh, picture.
Has caught Vampire out of his dredge line.
Coming into this day, and necessarily we were going to be able to see a lot of gold has gone over to the side of Wako. Observer showing us the potential for a flank teleport. Karis already getting set up, trying to stay in Fog of War. But Taeyun has been big man on campus for Team WE. And Wako, fair share of criticism playing over in LCP. He only had 1 year of playing in the PCS.
All right, let's see how powerful this Gwen is. Oh, I was getting a little scared there. Junhao should be able to pick up the kill through the healing, and Karis has teleported in. Thinks he has a 1v1. Doesn't have a 1v2. He has himself a 1 versus 3. The whole squad pulled up, but Karis is putting on some fancy footwork here to buy some time. Monkey is here. Seraph's still getting a ton of value. Equalizer down. Flash forward for Monkey. Wants one. Gets Zhang. Does find that kill, trades himself out, and valiantly saves Karis.
Coming from the PCS, has so much experience playing in multiple different worlds coming through, and obviously also a role swap from some other lanes in previous years. So trying to hopefully build around this player here as they start at the Baron.
Yeah, this Baron, start up. Oh, this thing's gone.
Yeah, it
is in the hands of Ultra Prime. Vampire in the middle of everybody on Ultra Prime once more, but Wako's damage is ludicrous. Cube is going to find the shutdown, but it's a fleeting hope. I don't care how overtuned this Gwen is. 1 versus 4 means squat. Shutdown from Wako, but another huge win for Ultra Prime. This game feels done and dusted.
Yeah, they have 5. They don't have all the grubs, but I mean, you have so much damage, and now with this Baron buff, Monkey's the last one. If anything, he's probably just saving his team right now from losing the game outright, because those two are not hitting on mid turrets.
Oh my god. Saber's damage with the Infernal Soul is big. But yeah, I think that's a good point to make. Maybe could have threatened the end there. Does help the Nexus turrets to respawn. That's really slowed teams down from pushing 2 ham into the base, so they'll play respect.
Cubby's not doing it for me at home. He hasn't been playing duo queue with me. Why not? I get it.
You know what I have to say to that? Okay, you know, I'll hold the point here, as we might have Monkey just...
I think you could say WE are losing this game.
Yeah, Cyber gets another great seismic shove, sets up the cease and desist. Junhao's going flying in for Karis. He does pop the stasis, but it is a short-lived trip out of it, as another kill is picked up, and this should be Ultra Prime putting the finishing touches on not the cleanest game, but once we came out to 5v5s, once we got out of lanes, Ultra Prime just looked like the more cohesive, polished, and better team to kick off this best of 3 that will decide which one of our 2 squads we're watching now goes to Group Ascend and goes to Group Nirvana. And if this keeps up the way Ultra Prime has started, we will be out of here with that answer as quick as possible.
Yep. There we go. 26-7, 30-minute game coming in from